Good morning. I am Mrs. Geetha, Assistant Professor, Department of Microbiology, Sri Bharati Arts and Science College for Women, Kaikurichi. Today my topic is historical perspective of immunology. So what is immunology? Immunology is a immune system to get rid the body of foreign particles, abnormal cells. So immunize meaning exempt. It have the main two types, recognition and a response. So, what we are going to discuss about in this topic is innate immunity, adaptive immunity, cells of the immune system, and communication with other system and disruption of immune system. So, in the historical perspective, the first earliest written with the Louis Pasteur. So, Louis Pasteur discovered the smallpox vaccine and also the rabies vaccine. Your technique is called a variolation. In 1718, Lolly Mary Variety Montagu with a British ambassador, he got the observation of variolation, how to discard the method we used to find out the English physician Edward Jenner. So, in the introduction of Louis Pasteur, had succeeded in growing bacterium together to cause fall flora. So, Pasteur hypothesis proved that aging and also make a vaccine. The first vaccine make from the cow. So, the Latin word vaccination come from the vacca, it meaning of cow. So, what's the relationship between two great scientists contributed in immunology, Pasteur and also Robert Koch? So, the Koch pathway theory used to prove the vaccination and treatment of lot of diseases in immunology. So, in emerging disease in 1880s, Metchnikoff and 1890s, von Begering and also making a discovered of a blood sera could transfer immunity from one person to another person. In 1930s, early techniques made it easier to study humoral element than the cellular cells. It is called a hemoglobin. It is also a protein. The protein in our blood. 1950 discovery of T and B cells. Later discovery linked by lymphocytes and both cellular and humoral immunity. So in early 90s, late 20s, antibody is specified for the particular disease to prove to combine with the antigen and make a immunity in a human body. So earlier, Edward Jenner, born on May 17, 1749, he make into a teenager while using a special care and also famous experiment to healthy 80 years old boy to making a vaccine. In 1789, he had the experiment and make the inoculation of a vaccination. Louis Pasteur is the father of immunology and also he discovered in a fermentation techniques. So he also used in a medical microbiology and also the industrial microbiology. So the fermentation, especially in a milk and germ theory disease, he discovered in the late 1822 to 1895. So Emil Adolf Meyer and bring 1854, he awarded the Nobel Prize 1901 as a student of Koch phosphate. So Elimachina formed the basis of leukocyte phagocytosis, the birth of cellular immunity. So and then cloning of a immunoglobulin gene, 1987, he got the Nobel Prize for his discovery of genetic principle and generation of antibody diversity. So to signal 1996 Nobel Prize for the discoveries of concerning the specificity of cell-mediated immune defenses. So normally it make from the stem cells. The stem cells make into lymphoid cells and myeloid cells. The lymphoid cells making a B and T lymphocytes is otherwise called NK cells. NK cells means natural killer cells. So myeloid cells is a line. The cell line is a polymarbonuclear leukocyte and monocytes. So polymarbonuclear leukocytes further divided into eosinophils and basophils and neutrophils. So the monocytes further it can be divided macrophages. So these are all the history of immunology. This timetable shows the many scientists who are involved in the immunology, in the field of immunology, what is their contribution they giving the early stages and to develop the immunology until now. So the finally the discoveries all make into a life easier and making the healthier life with the help of immunology field. So many scientists in the field of immunology, they got a Nobel prizes and get awarded in a various scientific field. That's all the immunology. Thank you.